I'm going to show you how to make the best creamy loaded potato soup. And right now is the perfect time to make it because it's fall, it's cold, it's chilly, soon it's going to be Christmas. And we all know the best time to have soup is when it's cold out. So that is the soup packet I will be using, and these are the potatoes I will be adding in. We're going to peel them real quick and slice them up. And if you're wondering where I got the potatoes from, I actually got the potatoes and the soup mix from the same place. I got them from Aldi. I've mentioned this before. I highly recommend buying their big bag of potatoes. They are always absolutely delicious, super cheap. They're always under $5 for a big bag of potatoes, and it makes multiple different dishes. Extremely budget friendly, which is awesome in today's economy. Always trying to save money if I can because everything is so dang expensive. But while I'm peeling these potatoes, I will only be peeling 2 on video. I'm not going to waste too much time peeling them all on video since I do each and every single one the same way. But we will be using 4 peeled potatoes for this recipe, and I don't wash them right away. I wash them once I have them peeled. I've just always done it that way. I just think it's simpler to just get it peeled, rinse them off, and then cut them up. That's just how I do it, but if you want to rinse them off first and peel them, doesn't matter to me. Do what you gotta do. All that matters for this recipe is that you got 4 peeled potatoes. And also, while you're watching me peel this potato, I would like to talk a little bit about the cutting of the chunks. It does not have to be a specific way. As you see, I struggle a little bit in the beginning when I was cutting up the potato chunks. Because honestly, it really doesn't matter what shape they are. All that matters is that it's a small size. So like roughly like a 1/2 inch. You just want to make sure you cut up your potatoes in smaller pieces. That way it cooks all the way through while your soup is cooking and thickening, if that makes sense. But if I'm not explaining that well enough, just keep watching the video because I show you step by step everything I do. Just like now I'm starting on the cutting. Bear with me, the first few cuts were a little rough. Kind of took a long time cutting them, but I decided to leave it in the video because I want to be transparent with you guys. That and just obviously realistic with you guys, showing you that you do not have to be perfect. I'm not even perfect. When it comes to cutting things, I just do my best. But after this one, I get a little routine done on how I'm slicing it, which you'll see here in the video like I'm doing right now. But like I said, you don't have to cut them this way. You just want to make sure they're about this size. You don't want your chunks to be too big. Now, I'm not going to talk through the whole time I am cutting these up, so if you don't want to watch me cut up the rest of these potatoes, you can skip all the way to 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Alright, this is what it's looking like once we have all 4 of those potatoes cut up in chunks. Like I said, these are the sizes you're going for. Now we're going to fill up our pot and start on our soup. We are adding 8 cups of water for this soup recipe. And we will just be cooking this on the stove. I cook it on low personally. because I do not like to rush it when it comes to food or soup or really anything, because when you rush it, it doesn't taste as good. And then once you have the 8 cups of water, you're going to put your potatoes right in that water and then add your soup packet. This is the same soup packet I showed earlier, the creamy potato soup packet. And like I mentioned before, I bought this at Aldi, in case you were wondering. Alright, now we're just going to give everything a good mix and just let it cook on low. And then while this is cooking on low, I am going to start and make the bacon for this soup. Now that is completely optional. You can buy the pre-made bacon crumbles and just put it in your soup. Totally fine. I'm making it for this video, one, because I have bacon on hand and I personally like cooking the bacon. I'm not a fan of the pre-cooked bacon bites. So it's definitely just a personal preference for me, but I'm going to show you just a little snippet of me making the bacon. And I did also pick up this bacon at Aldi. For those wondering, I mostly shop at Aldi, Walmart, and then just the common grocery store, Pick and Save. And I did cook my bacon to be a little extra crispy, just because that's how I like it when it comes to putting it in soups. But just cook the bacon how you normally would when eating it for breakfast. It's not a requirement to make it extra crispy. That's just what I do. But like I mentioned in all my videos, I want you guys to make this to your preference and what you like. So there's always ways to kind of change it a little bit, so that way you can like it a little bit better depending on how you like things. So here is my crispy bacon. As you see, very crispy. Now we're just going to pull it apart and make our little pieces that we will be adding to the soup. And I did cook the whole pack of bacon for this soup. And I did cook the whole pack of bacon. I did leave some bacon bits to the side. That way I can put it on top once I have my soup put in a bowl. But this is what your potato soup will look like when it is completely done. It's nice and thick, and the potatoes are cooked all the way through that you added in. And all you do to check that is you just put a fork and poke it through. And if your fork can poke through the potato easily, that means they're done. Now we are adding in our bacon, and I do have the stove off because, like I said, the soup is completely done. And then once you have your bacon mixed in well and evenly, you're all ready to serve your soup. And then once you have your soup in a bowl, you will be adding in some cheese on top. Those extra bacon bits, I said we hold off to the side because we don't put it all in the soup, because you want to add that little extra touch once you're serving it. And that is all you need to do for this creamy loaded potato soup. As you see, we got the cheese and the extra bacon bits on top. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you tried it out. Let me know how it went. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my video.